Now, there's another way you can tell you're Republican. Your faith in free enterprise, faith in the resourcefulness of the American people, and faith in the U.S. economy. And to those critics who are so pessimistic about our economy, I say, don't be economic girly man.
California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger speaking at the 2004 Republican National Convention. Quite a choice, free enterprise or economic girly men. Wondering who inspired Arnold Schwarzenegger's economic view of the world? The answer, Milton Friedman. And what inspired this episode of C-SPAN's podcast, The Weekly? Books That Shaped America, the C-SPAN original series, which next week features Free to Choose by Milton Friedman.
People often think C-SPAN is funded by the federal government. In fact, we're a nonprofit organization that receives no government funding. As news consumption changes, you can help ensure the future of C-SPAN's unfiltered coverage of national government and politics. We hope you will consider making a tax-deductible contribution that will support our daily editorial operations. To learn more, visit c-span.org/donate.
Last week, we heard from many politicians who worshipped or rejected Milton Friedman. In today's episode, we'll hear from just one, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's squarely in the pro-Friedman camp. In his autobiography, Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger wrote that Milton Friedman had become one of my heroes. His concept of the roles of governments and markets in human progress was a giant leap beyond the economics I'd studied in school. He explained more during a 1997 tribute to Milton Friedman, hosted by the Goldwater Institute.
Okay, so there I was in Palm Springs, waiting for Maria to get ready so we could go out for a game of mixed doubles. I started zipping through the television dial, and I caught a glimpse of Nobel Prize winner economist Dr. Milton Friedman. I recognized him from the starting of my own degree in economics and business, but I didn't know I was watching Free to Choose. It knocked me out. Dr. Friedman expressed, validated, and explained everything I ever thought or experienced or observed about the way the economy works.
Arnold Schwarzenegger told the Goldwater Institute he became a fan of Milton Friedman and his book.
I sought out Dr. Friedman and had the great pleasure and privilege of meeting him and his economist wife, Rose. And we've all become friends, and now I call him Milton. And that became a big pain in the neck about Free to Choose. All my friends and acquaintances got the tapes and the books for Christmas after Christmas, all the way through the Reagan years when I was able to tell them all. You see, Milton is right.
We heard that story again 6 years later on C-SPAN's Washington Journal.
Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about his Kennedy connection today in this op-ed piece in the Wall Street Journal. It's called My Economics. He says, quote, I have often said that the two people who have most profoundly impacted my thinking on economics are Milton Friedman and Adam Smith. At Christmas, I sometimes annoy some of my more liberal Hollywood friends by sending them a gift of Mr. Friedman's classic economic primer, Free to Choose.
Milton Friedman died in 2006. The next year, as California governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger declared January 29th to be Milton Friedman Day. Also that year, he spoke about free markets at an environmental conference.
Now, privately, I know many politicians have come up to me and said, how can we do what you're doing in California? And I tell them there's only two words that I have to mention. This is mandates and markets. Mandates and markets, like we have in California. And then I also add, I said, and you have to have political courage. I said, just remember that political courage is not political suicide.
He delivered a similar message that year at the National Press Club.
Some people say, Arnold, haven't you sold out and become an independent? No, I am still a proud Republican. I support the guiding principles of the Republican Party, like lower taxes, a strong defense, free markets, and the belief in the power of the individual. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, you don't have to give up your principles at all. But isn't the ultimate principle to serve the people, to do the things that are good for the people?
We opened with Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger speaking at the 2004 National Republican Convention. Let's close with candidate Arnold Schwarzenegger speaking 1 year earlier at the California Republican Convention.
And let me tell you what being a conservative means to me. I'm a conservative because I believe communism is evil and free enterprise is good. I'm a conservative because Milton Friedman is right and Karl Marx is wrong.
And now, our bonus clip. We've presented 2 podcasts of conservatives saying great things about Milton Friedman. So, did Milton Friedman consider himself to be a conservative? Here's what he told C-SPAN's Book Notes in 1994.
During your lifetime, who are the leaders you think have been the most loyal to their beliefs and have done the best job?
I would certainly put Ronald Reagan high on that list.
What do you say to David Frum's thesis? Have you read his book?
Yes.
Dead Right. That
He's quite right. I agree with it.
that conservatives basically buy off now on.
I'm not a conservative. I never have been a conservative. Hayek was not a conservative. The book that follows this one in Hayek's list was The Constitution of Liberty, a great book. And he has an appendix to it entitled Why I Am Not a Conservative. We are radicals. We want to get to the root of things. We are liberals in the true meaning of that term, of and concerned with freedom. We are not liberals in the current distorted sense of the term, of people who are liberal with other people's money.
And you can learn more about Milton Friedman on C-SPAN's original series, Books That Shaped America. On Monday, November 13th, we examine Free to Choose. For now, that's it for this episode of C-SPAN's The Weekly and our 2-parter on Milton Friedman. Thanks for listening and happy searching.